Shalom, thank you for joining us for our Hebrew language lesson. This is lesson number 10, and today we are going to go over the 12 tribes, the Credo, and writing in Hebrew.
So our first section is going to be the 12 tribes. We're going to start with the first one. Reuben. In Hebrew, you say Reuben, Ra'awaban. And Reuben's name means see a son. Ra'awaban. Everyone have that?
Yes.
Oh. These ones are a little sticky. Next one.
The next one we have Simeon. Simeon is pronounced Shemaiwan, and that means afflicted herd. Shemaiwan.
Not Shemayawan, Shemaiwan. Everyone have it?
Yes.
Levi, Lawai. And his name means join to me. Lawai. Everyone have it?
Yes.
Next we have Judah, Yahawada, and his name means praised of the Most High.
Everyone have that one?
Yeah.
Naphtali. In Hebrew, you say Naphtali, Naphtali. And his name means my wrestling. Everyone have that?
Yeah.
The next one is Gad. In Hebrew, you say Gad, God. And his name means truth. God. Everyone has that one?
Yes.
Next, we have Asher. Asher is Ashar, and his name means happy.
And again with the names, you don't say happy in Hebrew, Ashar. That's just the name, or that's just what the name means. Everyone has that one?
The next one, we have Issachar. Yeshashakar, and his name means he is hired. Yeshashakar.
Zebulon. In Hebrew, you say Zebulon, Zabawalan. And his name means dwelling. Dwelling. Zabawalan. Everyone have that one?
Yes.
Then we have Ephraim, which is Apariam, and his name means fruitful. Apariam.
Oh, did everyone have that one? Okay.
Yes.
Then we have Manasseh. Manasseh is pronounced Manasseh. His name means made to forget. Manasseh.
Everyone have that?
Yes.
And then we have the last one, Benjamin. In Hebrew, you say Benjamin, Benayamayan. And his name means son of the right.
So I'm correct. Some of this being said different from when we have the children segment.
Yep.
So this is, say it in Hebrew again,
Benayamayan,
and they were saying.
Benyamin, which you got from a song.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Really?
Yeah.
Even with Gad, there's like Gad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gad, Simeon, and Benjamin.
There's no
It was being said wrong.
there's no S sound,
Yeah.
so Gad would be incorrect.
Oh, was I the only one that?
No. Oh,
Oh,
I noticed a change.
I don't
You
know
guys
if they
noticed a
noticed
change?
it.
In some of the names, it was a change in the Hebrew name.
And y'all said Benjamin. And it's not Benjamin, it's
Benayamayan.
Benjamin.
Yes.
And then with Gad it was different.
Yes.
It was Gad, and then it was, how did you say it in Hebrew?
God.
God.
There's no S sound in Hebrew.
Okay, and what was the other one?
Simeon is Shemaiwan.
Shemai.
Shemaiwan.
And how was it said before?
Shemaiwan.
So everyone is good with the 12 tribes? Next we have the Credo. With the Credo we have what it is in Hebrew, and then we have the translation of the Hebrew.
So the credo is Shemai Gesharala Ahaya, Alahaya Nawa Ahaya Akkad. I'll give you time to write it down.
Who understand that's a word? I left the H off the end. It was R-A-W. It was
Oh, yeah.
R-A-H. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Again, it's Shemai Yesharala Ahaya, Alahaya Nawa Ahaya Akkad.
Does everyone have the Hebrew?
But I ain't hear nobody repeat it.
Oh, Shemai Yasharala Ahaya. Alahaya Nawa Ahaya.
Ah, eh, eh.
You blessed me last night.
Yeah.
Now we have the English, or what is it? The translation of it.
The translation of it is, Hear, O Israel, the Most High, our power is one Most High.
Oh, really? Well, we gotta read our notes today.
Again, the translation of the Hebrew is, Hear, O Israel, the Most High, our power is one Most High.
Does everyone have it?
Yes.
So now we have the writing in Hebrew. First, we have to correct some Yiddish translations. The first one is Power Almighty. So to say Power Almighty, it's not El Shaddai. That's Yiddish. In Hebrew, it would be Allah Shaddai.
Allah Shaddai. Y'all gonna have to slow it down.
Yeah.
So, power almighty.
It is not El Shaddai. That's the modern Yiddish. It's Allah Shaddai. And it's not to be confused with how Muslims say it. Theirs is Allah. Ours is Allah. It's a AL versus a AH.
So theirs is A-L, Allah, and ours is A-H,
AH.
Allah.
Theirs is Allah.
There-
They say,
Oh, yeah, there's
Muslims
Allah.
say Allah. We say Allah.
It's a difference.
Wait, say it again?
Muslims say Allah. We say Allah. AHLA.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's his name?
Yeah,
He was saying that.
yeah.
And I was like, man, he said that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what they.
It's different, yeah. Does everyone have that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
So to say gods or powers with an S, it's not Elohim, it's Allahayim.
Allah, I am.
So you're talking about Ahaya, Yeshaya, and a Holy Spirit. If you're saying gods or powers, plural, it's Allahayim.
Yeah, but he like when he first started in the school. It was. Yeah, people were speaking Hebrew. God or powers is not Elohim.
It's not Elohim, it's Allahayim.
Allah, yes.
So in Genesis chapter 1, where it talks about gods,
Let's see.
it would be Allahayim in the Hebrew, not Elohim. Everyone have that one? Now this one is just God or power. It's not plural. It would not be El, that's Yiddish. It would be Allah.
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 And doing with this one here, we notice what is Superman's name? Kal-El. In Hebrew, Kal-El means vessel of God. And that's the Yiddish
really?
form of it.
Okay. Say that. God
That's
or
his
power.
name from the
So
other
God
planet.
or power, it's not El, it's Allah.
So we say Allah and Muslims say Allah. And we say Allah.
Yes. And now we have, oh, does everyone have that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have spelling certain words when writing. So when we did the Hebrew alphabet, if you remember, you may not be able to really see it. If you remember something that looked like this,
Oh, can you go back?
yes.
Okay.
So if you remember this chart,
Oh, yeah.
you see where some of the Hebrew letters are doubled up. So you have Kaf has 2 letters for it, Tazah, Pa, Na, and Ma. Those have 2 letters for it. And there's a reason for that. We're going to break down which each one, when is it appropriate to use the certain form of the letter. So the first one is Ka. We're going to talk about the upper letter and the lower letter. The upper letter is the letter on the top. And then the lower letter is the one on the bottom.
Oh my my goodness.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't understand it, because I didn't know how it went.
So the upper letter ka is used at the beginning of a word, or it's used at the middle of the word. So if you see a word and it's in this paleo script, the upper letter, you will either see that at the beginning of a word or the middle of a word.
Right.
So it's this top one here. Yes, I do. It's this top one here. You will see that top one in the beginning of a word or the middle of a word.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
show.
let me just-
Wait, did it change? I'm sorry, my phone isn't delayed.
No, we're still
No.
on the same
We're on
slide.
the same slide.
It should still say ka.
I thought I saw something change.
No.
It still got the, like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks like a backwards C.
And what letter is that?
That's ka.
That's just the.
So, is both of them, the top one is K and the bottom is A? Or
The-
the top one KA?
The top one is ka and the bottom one is ka. It's just depending on what word you're writing is when you would use either the top one or the bottom one.
Whether
Oh,
the
so
KA
the-
is the prefix. of
Okay,
the
so the one look like the backward C, that's the top letter.
Yes,
And the one that looks like a
backward or a 7.
is, that will let me know it's
That's the lower letter, and that one is used at the end of the word. We have examples of it.
It'll make more sense with the example. Just once you get this,
Write this down.
just put 2 dots and then you can write it word for word, really. Because with the examples, it'll click.
And it's going to be like this for all of them. The top one is used for the upper letter is used for the beginning and middle of the word, and the lower letter is used for the end of the word. And we had to do this one after the lesson we previously had. That way you already knew some of the words and how they were pronounced and how they looked. Does everyone have it?
Yeah.
No.
So we have an example. For the upper use of the letter for ka, dog. In Hebrew, you would say dog kalab. So the ka is used in the beginning of the word. And then you have another use of the upper, or another use for the letter ka, for the upper letter. In Hebrew, you say grapefruit, asha kawalaya. And if you look at the word, ka is in the middle of the word. So for kalab and then grapefruit in Hebrew, you would use the upper use of the letter. So that picture that was at the top, that looks like the backward C.
So, in the beginning, we would use for dog, we would use which symbol?
The one that looks like a backward C.
The one that's at the top.
Because the KA is in the beginning of the word.
Okay. And then
And then for grapefruit, Asha Kawalaya, you see there's a KA in the middle of the word.
yeah.
You would use the backward C symbol again when spelling that word.
I see why Samuel used to give it to him. So glad you like taking it.
And then for the lower use of the letter, so the bottom symbol, if you take the word king in Hebrew, it's malak. And at the end of the word malak, you just have a K at the end. So that's when you would use, the A would drop, and you would just use the K. So you would
In this
use,
one, we use the backward C as well, right?
yes,
And just that, just the backward C, not the back, not the second.
no, not the 7.
We don't use the 7 for the little one either.
No. And then you would use the 7 symbol for, if you were spelling malak, you put that at the end. So if you look at the word, the K is at the end.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
And it's going to be like this for the next set of letters. The top symbol is going to be used for the beginning and the middle of the word. The bottom symbol is going to be used for the end of the word. It's not going to change. Does everyone have it?
Yes. I guess it just depends on where the KA is in the word,
Yes.
on which one we use.
Yep. If the KA is in the beginning or the middle of the word, you use the top symbol. If it's at the end of the word, you use the bottom symbol. The next one is going to be ma. So in your notes, you can draw the little symbol. These ones aren't really too hard to draw. Or compared to the other ones, the other script. And then you could put the 2 examples for the upper use of the letter, and then the 2 examples for, or the example for the lower use of the letter. That way you don't have to write everything word for word. The best you can. Is everyone good with the symbols?
Yeah.
Nobody needs any more time?
Braggers.
Yeah. Anybody need more time? Okay.
That's fine.
So for the first example, for the upper use of the letter ma, we have the word queen, which we know is malaka in Hebrew. And if you look at the word, you see ma is at the very beginning. And if ma is at the very beginning, you use which one?
The upper letter.
The upper letter, which has a slight opening at the bottom of the letter. And then for the example, for the another example for the upper use of the letter ma is lemon. And lemon in Hebrew is layamawan. And we see that ma is where in this word? It's in the middle, which would be the upper one. And then an example for the lower letter for ma, it would be, we have the example bread, which is pronounced lacham.
Lakam.
And if you look at the word, you see that the letter M is at the end, and remember that A gets dropped. Yes,
So why would that A drop?
because it's at the end.
Oh. So King Malak, you wouldn't say Malaka because that's queen.
Right. It would be a
Okay.
different word.
Okay.
Does everyone have it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The next letter is na.
No.
And for the upper letter, you can see it kind of looks like a 3. No, it's a normal 3. Just to give you an idea on how to draw it. And then the bottom one kind of looks like a fancy neck 7.
I don't know who wrote 37 in their notes. Okay.
And then we have the examples of when to use each symbol. So if we have the letter na at the beginning of the word, such as brass, it's nakasha.
Natasha.
We see na is at the
The beginning,
which means we would use which symbol?
the upper,
Right. And then another example, we have the word mango, which is managa.
the naga,
And we see that na is
middle,
in the middle, which means we use
upper letter,
the upper letter. And then the next example, we have the word I, which is layan.
maya,
And we see N at the end, so we would use the
lower letter,
lower letter.
I have a question.
Yes,
There are no words in Hebrew that ends with NA,
there is.
but it'll be a different symbol.
Yes, it would just be the symbol for na.
Well, what do you mean? It'll be the upper,
It would be the upper symbol, yes.
but it's at the end of the word.
These are the words that we have, like I and how it's layan. It's just an example of when you would use the lower letter. Not saying that all of these are like gonna be exact like that. This is just one word where you would use the bottom letter instead of the top letter.
So there are words in the Hebrew, I'm asking, so there are words in the Hebrew that end with NA that you would use the bottom symbol. That's what I'm asking.
Yes, like my name, Amana, ends with NA. So yes.
So second question is that I'm seeing a pattern where like Malak, AK, Lakam, AM, Ayan, AN. It's kind of like, and maybe I'm just overthinking it, but Malak is AK, but then the letter is KA. So am I overthinking that? Or you see how each word,
Like it's
it's
backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, you're not overthinking. That's actually how it is.
Yeah. The like for the example with Malak and with Malak,
right.
so you have Malak, and with that one, it's like you said, it does look like it's flipped. But in reality, you're just dropping the A because if you have an A on the end of Malak, it would turn into
You have to add the
you
H.
have to add the H, and then it turned into Malaka, so you have a whole different word. It's like a
But there are words in the Hebrew that end with KA and
Yeah.
MA.
yes,
That we use the symbol for. The bottom symbol for.
yes.
And also, isn't it because, well, we're supposed to write right to left. So if we're writing right to left, then wouldn't that,
The whole word would be flipped then. Because you would read. You'd be reading it.
okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Does everyone have the slide? The next letter is Pa.
pa, I can't see that. Is that just like a box with thing in the middle?
No, it's slightly open. It's kind of like a a backwards upside down G. You want to turn your paper upside down?
So it's like a backward C with like a hook underneath the top of it.
Or backwards E. That might be easier.
Oh, that's what I did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There we go.
The bottom one is
A
kind of like when
backwards
you start off the
lowercase
game
E.
hangman.
Because like, you don't see it. I turn your head sideways a little bit. No? Okay, you don't see it.
Uncrook that eye.
Yeah, you gotta uncook that side. And then the bottom one's like the hangman symbol before you start the head.
Before you start getting letters on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone have their symbol?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Ready now.
Okay, so we have the first example use of the upper letter. The Hebrew word for mouth is pa. So the upper use of the letter, you'd put that at the beginning for PA. You would use the upper use of the letter pa as well for the Hebrew word for orange, which is the pawaz.
The power.
So you see there's a pa in the middle of the word. And that's where you would put the upper use of the letter, the first, or the top symbol. And this is orange, the fruit, not the color. And then we see an example of the lower use of the letter in the Hebrew word for spoon. In Hebrew, you say spoon, makah. And we see there's a P at the end of the word. Everyone have that?
Yes.
So the next one is tazah.
And you see the top letter kind of looks like a lowercase y, very boxy like. And then the bottom, the lower letter looks like a backwards y. Do we all have those symbols down?
Stop it. Oh, does anyone need? Oh, she's good. She's using my head.
So for the example, for the upper letter, we have the word bird, which is Tazaya Power.
Desire power.
And we see that Taza is in the beginning, which means we would use the upper letter. And then we have the word cranberry, which in Hebrew is Kama wa Tazaya. And we see that Taza is in the middle, which means we use the upper. And then for another example, we see with the word jump, Lakwa Pawataz. And we see that Taz is in the end, which means we would use the lower symbol.
So your Hebrew words that end in just T-A-Z.
And again, there are words that end with Tazah, but just for this example, jump ends with Taz. To the microphone.
Symbol for power again.
A symbol, it is. So for the upper, it looks like a lowercase y.
Does everyone have it first? Does everyone have the slide?
Yeah.
Let's show them the picture.
It looks like a lowercase y that's backwards. It is. No. Yes. No. Yeah.
You're gonna turn up for a friend. You got them both?
Yeah, thank you.
We're just waiting on one person for this slide. I'm gonna tear your hair a little bit. So, if you had a child and you wanted their name to mean son of the right, what would you say? What name would that be in Hebrew?
Oh, now you're my one.
It'd be what?
What if you had a son and you wanted his name to mean joined to me?
No way.
No.
The why.
There's no way sound.
I was like, no, that's the name.
And if you had a son and you wanted his name to mean afflicted herd?
Shemai.
Shemai.
Okay.
Very good.
Oh, that was the last one. We're doing a little testing now.
Oh.
Sorry. So, we know the Yiddish form is El Shaddai. So, what would be the Hebrew form, the correct way to say it?
Allah Shaddai.
And what are you saying in the English?
Power Almighty.
So if you were praying and you was feeling moved by the Spirit and you wanted to call on God of power, what would you say?
Allah.
Is Allah?
Allah.
You call on
I'm
Allah.
kind of saying it.
I sound like
No, you said it right.
I'm like, everybody she's saying it.
No, I said Allah.
Y'all breaking it up.
I said it. What?
Why are you breaking it up?
Because it's Allah.
They feel like
Allah.
Super Brews. They feel like they saying Allah. So I gotta break it up so everybody know. And then if you
Allah.
Allah.
See, I know who she's talking about. She's real specific. I know who she's talking about.
So if you were talking about if you was talking about Ahaya, Yeshaya, and Rawawat, you would call on not Elohim, but
Allah.
mhm.
That's my stuff.
So who is modern day Reuben?
So-called Aboriginal.
Someone didn't have their listening ears on.
Got you.
She said, "Who are they?"
Who are the modern day Ra'awamon?
That's mine.
The Seminole Indians and the Aborigines of Australia.
Yeah.
But she said it in Hebrew. Oh, yeah,
We know
Yes,
those
it
people
finally
are.
worked.
Come on.
Okay. Who are the modern day Shemaiwan?
So-called
Ooh.
She was really out today.
Turn it around.
No, turn it around so they can't see. He starts showing everybody.
he let it out answer.
Right. All right. Who is modern day Menasha?
So-called
Yeah. Shamika can't answer no more. The Pathalai.
Hawaiians, the Filipinos, and
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, why?
So-called
So-called
Haitian.
Haitians.
Yehowadah.
So-called blacks.
God.
American black.
So-called Native Americans.
Zakaria.
So-called.
Who?
I
I
got it.
just have to do
Zakaria is Zechariah in Hebrew. Okay, I'm stop. Okay.
Y'all funny.
I'm like, why she says
Okay.
Y'all funny.
Okay.
All right. So we want to thank you all for joining us for our Hebrew language lesson number 10. Join us next week for another Hebrew language lesson. Also join us at 4 p.m. for our main Shabbat lesson. Kwam Yasha Allah.
Wow.